Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. Greetings from Hult, Shanghai. This is Laura Toma and Maxine James from the Entrepreneurship Club. We would like to welcome Manish Ranjan, the CEO of NanoHealth. And this is the project which won Hult Prize this year, and he will present 6 things he wished he knew before he entered the Hult Prize competition. It's his way of sharing his experience with us. I would like to remind everyone that this is an interactive webinar. So please, if you have questions, just type them in the chat box. And at the end, after the presentation, Manish will answer your questions. Manish, thank you again for joining us. Congratulations for winning the Hult Prize. And before we begin the presentation, can you share a little bit with us about how is everything going with NanoHealth?
Sure. Thank you so much, Laura. Good evening or good morning or good afternoon, everyone, based on where you are. So my goal out of this presentation is to tell you a little about us and to make you better prepared for the incredible journey you're about to start. So I'll start with a little about NanoHealth. So last year's challenge was how do you solve the problem of chronic disease focused on urban slums. So we all started off with what is the our understanding of the problem. So we figured out that actually to really solve the problem of chronic disease, there are 3 key issues. So one is at first just by the nature of chronic disease like hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, or diabetes, it takes a lot of time for the symptoms to show up. And then even if people know that there are symptoms, still it's difficult to find the right treatment. And even if they can find the right doctor and right prescription, still just to comply for the entire life with those medicines is not easy. So compliance is the third problem. So we figured out there are actually 3 main problems. And for that, we came up with a holistic solution which can actually address all the 3 problems which we identified. The judges liked it, and we won the Hult Prize last year. So now we are at a stage where we are planning how we are going to roll out. Basically, the way we look at it is that we have been able to show a dream. Now we are making sure that how we can achieve that dream. So we intend to go on the ground around January, just making sure all the nuts and bolts of our business is in place. So basically pretty much everything what we have learned in the business school is being used right now. Yeah. So without any further ado on NanoHealth, I'll get into what I think is key for all of you to know right now about the Hult Prize. First thing maybe is idea everything. Well, the competition is to figure out what is the best way to solve the problem at hand. Like this year, it's early childhood education. So apart from being a wonderful idea, we also need to come up with what is the best way to implement that idea. What is the business model? Is it going to be scalable? How to make sure that the idea is sustainable? It doesn't always depend on the grants. Do you have the right partners to do it? Or hence, apart from the idea, you will also need to answer all these questions. Well, not right away, but in due course, yes. The next is it just a school competition? Well, the way I look at it, it is a lot more than a school competition. Just the sheer number of applications puts it in a very different league. In my view, the business schools have an advantage because they have learned a lot about business and management while they're studying there. So on one hand, we just need to be better than the next person because it's a competition. But also, since we don't know what the ideas are, we have to give our best to win this competition. So moving on, the next thing maybe, what about the team? Well, team in my view is very, very important. What judges would like to see is that whether the team can implement the idea on the ground or not. That is where the composition of team becomes very, very important. So diverse experience, multinational capabilities, I think are relevant over there. For example, if you take NanoHealth's team, it has a person who is an army doctor. We have a finance grad from who has worked in Goldman Sachs. I'm a consultant, and we also have a person who has worked in NGO for more than 4 years, and a lady with marketing background. So even if you see the videos of the finals, one of the questions with the judges asked from one of the team that are you going to spend the next few years in a completely new country to implement that idea? So that's where the team and to proving to the judges that this is the team who can take the idea on the ground and make it happen becomes very, very important. Next key thing which I think is very important to understand right away is about the presentation. I mean, there are various levels at which you'll be presenting. So we were actually talking to one of our professors in Indian School of Business, and he asked, "Do you have just 12 minutes to convince the judges for $1 million?" And we were like, "Yeah." And he responded saying that, well, you guys are not entrepreneurs, but actors. So basically, it's again, if you are able to convince the judges in those 12 minutes which you have, then, I mean, you're good. So, well, what I take away from it is that the presentation is as important as the idea. So please do spend a good time to convey your idea and solution effectively. We have to figure out what are the highlights of your proposal, what are the key important differentiating factors of your business idea, and give them time, bring them up, spend some time with them, with the judges on that. And for example, during our accelerator program, we were made to present to a kids panel. I mean, all of them were below 12 years of age, and were just wonderful. So make sure that the presentation is simple and crisp, which everyone would understand. Don't expect that judges are very thorough with the document which you are thorough with, though everyone is given the same document. Don't expect that they understand all the problems in detail. So also my recommendation out of this, after learning from this experience, would be to divide the presentation between 2 to 3 team members. It also shows team's passion and team's bonding. Right? Moving on. Well, $1 million, it's a big amount. Well, this is where Hult Prize, I think, is so different. So here we have a situation where we have an idea, who has proven the idea to some extent during the pilots which we have done. But for that, just to implement it, we have been given $1 million. I mean, this is like any entrepreneur's dream. Also, Hult Prize legal team works very hard to ensure that none of this money is actually taxed, and it is used for a purpose it is intended for. So, yep, it's big, and I think with this you can almost be assured of that you have a very good shot of actually making your dream true. And then last, I would say, and the most important, that oh, there is only one winner, and there's a like 1 in 11,000 chance of actually becoming that winner. But I mean, that's actually quite unfortunate that there is only one Hult Prize winner every year. But I strongly believe that all the regional finalists and finalists are winners. I mean, just the kind of learning and connections you make out of this experience, just incredible. The journey is much more important than the result in this case. So if I were to ask this to take this tough or crushing journey again, I'll not even hesitate. I mean, just because of the incredible people I met on the way. So, well, there will be all winners if you go up the ladder, and this journey, just the interest, the kind of people you will be able to meet will just make it worth it. Last, I just want to go through a bit what I think, again, coming back to the presentation, what I think is really relevant. So I would say five things. And your understanding of the problem. Okay, so this case document has been given to everyone. But what part do you understand out of that? What do you think is the most important thing which should be addressed? So that has to really come out. And then, of course, your solution. How do you address that problem? Your business model. I mean, you need to make sure that there is a way by which you can sustain that idea. So charity is not enough. I think that's the basis of the Hult Prize. Then you need to give some idea on the expansion plan, and then team or advisors are again very important. Well, at this stage, not everything may be very important. I think at this point, when we are starting with our application, the understanding of the problem and the solution may be pretty much, I would say, 80% of your presentation. But as you keep going, I mean, you got to include all those things. So basically, in the when to the finals, you have to show to the judges that this is something real. I mean, it's no longer just an idea. And I can tell you that you will get there, but that requires a lot of effort. But it looks really is so hard to achieve. But you can make it a real business even before the Hult Prize. You will go to the Hult Prize finals. The same we heard for the 2013 winner as well, and we were able to do that to some extent as well. I mean, we could raise some money even before we went to the finals, and the kind of partnerships we were able to establish. Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked like something very, very real, which it was. So, yep, that's pretty much from my end. I think I can take questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Manish. Until people, we encourage everyone who's participating to write their questions. Before that, I would kindly ask you to go back to the second point of the presentation. There are some people who are asking us to go through it one more time. Is it or isn't just a school competition?
Well, the way I said, it's definitely a school competition, but actually it's a lot more than that. Just the fact that, as I said, the number of applications, the period, it's like it goes on for one full year. It is very demanding. So at the end, it is a competition where you have to be just better than the next team. But to make sure that you are better than the next team, it takes pretty much everything what the team members have got. So yes, that's the way I look at it. It's a lot more than that. So I think if you pursue it like, okay, I am going to make it a real business, whether you get Hult Prize or not. I think that's the approach to take from the very beginning. I'm sure there's a long way on Hult Prize journey as well.
Okay, thank you. I have a question of my own, actually. You mentioned the importance of having a diverse membership of the team.
Right.
But we're learning a lot here at Hult about managing teams which are made up of diverse members, and
Right.
also about handling conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us a little bit of advice on that? I mean, have you experienced any communication crisis, and how did you overpass them?
Well, I would say we've pretty much kind of gone through all kind of crisis possible. But yeah, so the way we approached was, I mean, we had a team with more than 40 years of experience actually in total. And so we realized that the decision making was actually very slow because everyone had a very strong idea about their thoughts and just the sheer experience which they had. I mean, they all made a lot of sense. So the way we went about it was that we divided it into various um, stages. So we said that the first stage, okay, this person is going to be the team lead. He is going to decide it, and we have to go with his or her decision. And each stage we kind of kept changing it depending on the availability or depending on the yeah, commitment. So so apart from that, we definitely made a timeline that okay, this is the high level timeline which we all need to follow, and basically we created a project plan and we just try to keep ourselves to that plan. I think that's what we did. I mean, even after all the differences, all the conflicts, we try to follow that as much as possible. Yep.
Okay. Another question still regarding the team is, what is more important in the team, technical knowledge or motivation? And how can you balance both when setting your team?
Well, it's very difficult to say that one is less important than the other. Even if you have a technical knowledge, the Hult Prize really pushes you to your boundaries to come up with a better solution. If you don't, in the accelerator program, the Hult Prize team member will definitely do that to get better and better at whatever you are. So with time, I mean, passion will, if you are taking this journey, you will just get to meet so many passionate people that you will get that passion. But at each stage, whenever you present, the judges look for that passion. I mean, that's where again the team becomes very important because judges are looking for a team which has all the right ingredients to not only um, come up with that idea, but also to be able to implement it. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. I have two more questions. They are both related in the sense that they refer to the stage where participants are right now, which is researching and developing their ideas. So
Right.
the first question is, was it important to your team to visit different locations prior to your presentation, or was research and virtual connections enough to get you towards the next stages? And the second question is, how strong was your business plan at this stage? I mean, at the first, at the intra-campus competition.
Well, I'll take liberty to answer the second question first. I would say it wasn't very
Okay.
strong. At least at the inter campus state, it wasn't very strong. So that's where, as I was mentioning, if I have to have five key things which I need to ultimately get to. At this point, the understanding of the problem, the solution may be the key. The business model, if a slight or smaller version of it, if you can just show that there is a way by which you can recover, have some revenue, I think that should be good enough. But as you grow, as you go to the next stages, I mean, you need to work more and you need to get more and more thorough. So, yep. Uh, does that answer the question?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Referring to, we just received another question, which is actually linked to the first one. I will repeat both of them. So, was it important to your team to visit different locations prior to your presentation, or was research and virtual connections enough to get you towards the next stages? And the new questions that we received is related to experts. Did you seek help from experts, and if it was difficult to get them on board as advisors for your project?
Right. So again, it's from my experience, I can say that at this point of time, secondary research may be more important, and basically, it's again comes down to time. I mean, no one can give you a better perspective than a real customer. So, like in our case, we did go to the slums before even having the local competition, but we did, but it was maybe 2 or 3 times. That's it. But after that, with each stage, we did spend a lot more time in the real with the real customers. So again, the secondary research is more than primary research at this point of time, but with time, I think primary research should get a higher priority, should get more importance, should take more time of yours than the secondary research. So, yep. And regarding the advisors or the experts, um, we found we were actually at times we were surprised by this support which we got from
Sorry.
them. So if we wrote, I mean, we wrote out to many people, and the strike rate was actually really good. So I think people like to help if you can show it to them that it's for a good cause, and I think Hult Prize has become so much popular now that people would definitely come forward and help you. So one of the again another advice I think one of the things which we did was to pitch our ideas to whoever we thought would be able to give a good feedback. So by the time we went finals, we would have pitched it to more than say 1,000 people. So with time, we realized that okay, what would be the best way to communicate your idea, and that becomes very important because we have a limited time when we are presenting to the judges. So I'll strongly recommend that just reach out to people, expand your horizons. If you think you cannot reach that person, I mean, still just go ahead and write it, and you'll be surprised by the support you will get from them. Just go ahead, pitch it, hear from them what they have to say. Just change your idea, improve your idea, and then go ahead and pitch it again. So, yep, I think that's from on that point.
Okay, thank you. We actually had some technical difficulties because we kind of lost you in the middle of the question, but I think the conclusion is that it is important to visit the slums and interact with your customers because they can improve your idea, right?
Yes, I mean the kind of perspectives which you'll get by primary research, I mean no secondary research can beat that.
Okay. And the second question, which was related to seeking help from experts, was it
Mm-hmm.
easy to contact them? Were they very happy to help, or they were a little bit reluctant, and you had to push for advice from them?
Yeah, so so to that, so basically, in our experience, we were quite positively surprised by the support which we got from the various experts which we reached out to. Now the Hult Prize is becoming more and more famous every year. I think people know about it, and everyone wants to be a part of your journey. So I would strongly recommend to reach out, expand your horizons, look for people who can really help you, write out to them and seek help. Just get on a call. The kind of things which you will learn will be really helpful to you in this journey. And also from the judge's perspective, if one quote you can get it from someone like, say, someone who has spent a lot of time in this area, and then that you can even tell to the judges. And to the judges, it seems as if, okay, that you have done your bit of research. So all of that will definitely help you become better prepared for the competition. Yep, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Another question is regarding the current stage of NanoHealth. Now
Mhm.
that you won, are you all planning to fully focus on this project? And how are you managing previous projects, if you had any? Did
Uh,
you gave them up and fully focusing on nano health, or are you also having other projects on the side?
right. So actually, our entire team graduated in April, which was after the regional finals. So before that, of course, all five of us were fully committed on this. But after that, we did realize that it's very difficult for everyone to spend full time on nano health on this project. So especially with the practical problems after graduation. So what we did was we decided that two of us at any one point of time will be associated completely with nano health, giving their full time. So two of us actually stayed back in the campus, and that's where the school helped us a lot. And we focused completely on NanoHealth, while three were giving their support over weekends in terms of activities. We used to have like call marathons every week. We'll discuss various things, but yeah. And even after winning, two of us are doing full time on this NanoHealth, and other are supporting us in this journey. So we also didn't want a very top-heavy organization. So that's where we decided that maybe at this point of time, only two of us will go do full time on it. The others will join as and when we are able to scale up. But that I think is very team specific. And yep, but I think a good thing which I can convey is that definitely the team, even though we were not working fully on this, I mean, some members of ours, but the passion was definitely there, and it definitely showed in the time which they would spend for this for on Nano Health. Yep.
Thank you. We have another question regarding the Boston incubator. Can you please tell us a little bit more about this experience? How are how is it living in the Boston incubator, and if you can share some advice in order to be better prepared for this experience.
Yeah, I think in this entire journey, I mean, Boston Accelerator may be the best thing uh, which happened to us. So there we were made to actually, apart from various things, we were made to pitch every Friday, and it was called a Pitch Friday, and we'll be taken to one of grand locations in Boston, and will be made to pitch in front of very elite judges over there, and then judges will kind of rip you apart in your idea so that you can improve it, and immediately after we'll go for a big party. So this used to happen every Friday. So I mean, yeah, so the entire experience of learning, the you guys would know Hiten Patel and Ron Jonash, right? So yeah, I think they were the key guys over there, and they made sure that the takeaway is huge. So the way I look at it is, even after we had done our management, I mean, the kind of learning over there was really incredible. And also the people, when you see the energy of the people who are working there, I mean, that definitely helps in taking, giving 120% of what you were doing before. Yeah. So, I mean, okay, just want to add one more thing.
I have a question regarding. Sorry.
Yeah, so just wanted to add one more thing that, I mean, if you get an opportunity to go to regional final, don't miss the, sorry, to Boston Accelerator, don't miss that opportunity. Yep. Sorry, go ahead, Laura.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were finished. Um, Actually, this is something we discussed a little bit earlier before the webinar. This was the first year when the judges talked about the projects in front of the entire audience. And can you please tell me if they shared anything specific with you about your project, why you won or why was it better? Something they didn't say on stage.
Right. I mean, so actually, the judges made sure that they do not give any hint about why some team is going to win the uh, before the president actually announced it. So, but after that, we definitely got to know that, okay, what they really liked about us. One was we came up with a device which just reduces the cost of screening of chronic diseases significantly. So that is one thing which they really appreciated. They also liked our business model, which we presented that which ensured that the initial capital expenditure will be a lot lesser, and most of our cost was subscription based. So which effectively means that as we grow, as more and more people will join, will take up our services, more the partners or the other members in the value chain will also earn more. So reducing our capex initially. And plus, Mohammed Yunus really liked the fact that we are included the whole community aspect of it, because we have a community health. We are using a community health worker whom we call as Sati, or the friend, what it means in Hindi. So he really liked that aspect of our solution. Apart from that, the use of technology to make it scalable, I think that was also one of the points which was mentioned. So yeah, I think these are the three, four key points which were mentioned that why we won. Yeah. Yep, Laura.
Okay. I don't remember right now, but did you have any interaction with the government? There is someone here who really wants to know how you manage that, and if you have some
Yes.
advice for us.
Yes, before going to the finals, we were able to reach out to a local state government, and actually we met the India's health minister as well. So again, that's where I learned that I was saying earlier that stretch your imagination, go and reach out to people, and you will always figure out a way to get it done. So I would say not all of that helped us at that point of time, but the interaction with the government, learning their perspective, and actually the government did say that, okay, but we believe in your idea, but of course we want to see it implemented, and then only we can have a formal partnership. But at least we believe it, and we can always give you an acknowledgement letter which you can use for future partnership. So yes, basically we used our local connections to reach out to them, and we pitched our idea, and they liked it. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And regarding the Hult Prize this year, you mentioned that you know a little bit that you know that the topic is early education development. Do
That's
you
right. Yeah.
have any Do you have any pointers? You said you went to the slums and you interacted with people there. Can you give us any pointers, any starting points about this subject?
Um, well, our target population was adult and not kids. So I won't say I can give you any specific pointers, but what I will definitely mention is that go and talk to them if you can, if possible, because in one interaction you will learn a lot more than spending a couple of hours reading about it. And that is something which you will be able to really relate to. So, like one question which was asked at every stage from us, that why would a slum dweller really pay you? And what we said is that you know what, actually finance is not a problem for them. Everyone would be shocked, but we had so much of experience that we could tell them with multiple examples that why we really believe so. So we are charging like $1.5 every month for this service, and these actually the household income for these people are more than $300 to $400 every month. So I mean, this actually is nothing, but on the outset it looks so difficult to understand. So I would strongly recommend that figure out a way, at least not, if not all, few of the team members who can go just talk to them, learn what they like, what they would, what whether why they would like your solution, or whether they will not, what they are ready to pay for it, and just those conversations would be a big eye opener. I can assure you that. Yep. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much, Manish, again for your help and for sharing your experience and for giving us advice. These were all the questions that we had. So our webinar is coming to an end.
Okay.
I would like to wish you good luck and your entire team with the project with NanoHealth. And I would also like to thank Dennis, Nayeli, and Sharina for their support in preparing this webinar. This webinar was recorded, and the link will be shared with everyone. So thank you very much again.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hope this helps, and all the best.